Friends, welcome to another video. Yes, it's cold. It's freezing cold out here. And it's not even snowing or anything like that. It's just cold. But I'm outside and I figure I'll just make a little video since I'm out here taking a little walk, on my property. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about Africa. I started a series about moving to Africa, and I'm going to post a video that I already did. So if you want to go look at it, I talked about some of the issues that African diasporas are having moving to Africa. So, guys, I'm going to share my entire journey with you guys on this channel until I get to Africa because I think it's very important to share things with others out there so that they have an idea of what to do and they can kind of have an example to follow. So y'all, I just had to take cover. It was way too cold out there and I didn't take my gloves, so my hands was freezing. So let's continue the video inside. I already took my nice little walk outside and I'm happy. So let's go back to talking about the main problems that we, the African diasporas, face moving from the West to Africa. So one of the main issue we face is not having enough finances. As you know, some of us who live out here in the West, especially in America, the jobs are not great. I mean, Canada is a little bit better in a way that the housing is a little bit cheaper and you may be able to save a little bit more money. That's in my opinion compared to the United States, because I have lots of family there and honestly it's just stuff, right? So the problem, as I was saying, is it's like not saving enough money or not having enough money to move to Africa. Now, I think if you're a single person and you don't have any children or stuff like that and you have a job, it's easier for you to downsize, maybe rent a room instead of a big house or an apartment or something, and you're able to save your money in that way. But if you have a family and things can be tough, so I understand you may not be able to save a lot of money. But what I will say is, if you're moving to Africa, you really need to have some money set aside, and it has to be a good chunk. I would say enough money for at least a year and a half, right? That's what I would say. Because first of all, when you go into Africa, you would not have a job. There is no social, security there. You're not gonna get any like unemployment or something like that. So you just have to prepare yourself. I think some of the issues that people are having is like they're going to Africa and they're just like, well, I'm gonna go there, and once I get there, everything is gonna be all right. But that's not the way how it works. Everything is not gonna be all right if you don't have any money, because you have to buy stuff. And obviously when you get there, I mean, you don't have a house and a homestead all set up where you can start growing your vegetables and just doing certain things that's gonna save you money. When you go to Africa, you actually have to start fresh. You have to get a home, you have to get yourself in the best environment that is suitable for you as a single person or as a person with a family. So it takes a lot of planning and preparation. Point number 2 is, I think people don't plan enough. You don't plan enough saying like, okay, where is the location I'm gonna go in? What am I gonna do? A, B, C, D, E, F. You don't have like a straight plan. Oh, I'm just gonna go to Africa. I'm just gonna stay there. I'm tired of the West. I'm tired of America. I'm tired of all this police brutality. I'm just tired of everything that is happening. So I'm just gonna live because I'm just tired of these cops. I'm tired of this place. That's all basically that's in the mindset of some people, and they don't think way ahead and say, okay, let me set a plan. And a plan is you just have things written down, what is going to come next, first, second, third, fourth, A, B, C, D, F, G, going down like that. So I think there's just not enough planning. So the purpose of this video is to prepare you all, those of you who are planning to move to Africa, like myself and my family. So I'm going to basically take you guys through our journey, and I'm going to share our journey with you until we get to Africa, because we are definitely going to go to Africa. And certain things I'm going to leave out, which is personal. I can't show you guys everything. And some of the things that I don't show you at all, you're going to see it once we get there. Because, some things are our best kept secret until you get to your destination where you are, away from the masses, you know what I mean, who may try to hurt you. So that's some of the things I'm not going to share with you guys. But I know there's a lot of you out there who are planning to move, and you need some kind of information. You just don't want to go in there blindly, and you want some kind of confirmation. You need some kind of example or something. So I hope I can be that for you all out there who are planning this big exodus movement of job people. Yeah, that. So that's what this video series is gonna be. Now this series is gonna take a while, guys, because we are not 100% there yet. All right, we are in the process of doing a lot of things. A lot of planning is going into this move, but it will definitely take place, and I'll show you, because I know a lot of you is also planning this move. All right, so the next point I want to make is I want to talk about, we talked about planning a little while ago. So the next problem is when you're moving, most people when they're moving, they don't look at the geographical location of where they're going. That's a big problem. Like, we have lots of friends who already move, and they come back and forth from Africa back to Canada, and they plan stuff. So they know what they're about, they know what they're doing, they set things up already there. So they don't have an issue. But for them to be able to do that, they had a lot of planning to do. You know what I mean? One of my friends, they were planning for over 5 years or more, and finally she went. And this is one of my very good friends. So, I mean, my foot has not stepped in Africa yet, but I know exactly where I am going to go, what I am going to do, and where my resources are of the things that I want to do. I have all that information right from here, and I didn't even set my foot there yet. And I'm telling you guys, you can do the same thing. You just have to have some kind of connection. If you're going to go to Africa, you need to have a connection. You need to group yourself with people. You need to make friends with people who can give you solid information. And once the information is passed on to you, you need to use the information to get what you need. So for example, if you want to get housing, you have a friend over there, she tells you, about the housing situation, you need to get the number, you need to call the real estate people, you need to go online, find the location, the area on Google Map. Yes, every single thing that you need is on Google Map. And you can go there and you can look up location. What is there? Are there rivers? Are there lakes? Are there boreholes? Is not a good supply of water? Are there shops? Whatever is there, you can find it on Google Maps, right? So it's very easy to find certain, basic things. A lot of people go there and they have so many issues because they didn't do these basic things. You may think, oh, it's nothing, it's not base, it's nothing. When I go there, it's gonna work out. No, you need to do research from here so you can prepare yourself. What's about if you go there, there's a water situation. Everybody needs water, you know what I mean? So you need to go to plan B. What are you gonna do? Do you have the money you can dig a well? All that kind of stuff. You gotta think about it. It may seem like a mundane thing, but it's really is not. You need to think about certain things like that. So a good example is I have a friend. She's already there, and she's been there for the past 3 to 4 years. And the first year she moved there, she wasn't as prepared, and she have her house and everything like that, but she wasn't really aware of the climate and stuff like that. She wants to go there and farm and open a business and do all that kind of stuff, but she wasn't aware of the climatic conditions and stuff like that. And she lost some money in the beginning, you know, like she bought fruit trees and different stuff like that. She wasn't aware of the planting season, you know, the rainy season and all that kind of stuff. And she lost a lot of money in the beginning. Now, had she done her research and knew that, you know, the rainy season starts this time, then she would not have bought all the trees and stuff like that and planted them, because no rain was coming during that time and her trees just dry and they die and she lost money, you know. And then she had to, you know, spend money again to buy more trees the second time around, and those trees were fine because she planted them at the right time. But these are things that I'm talking about. You need to know things like that if you're going to go there and start something. And if you know things like that, you know, beforehand, when you get there, you're able to save time and not waste money, because, you know, money, it's not good to waste money. You know what I mean? So that's one example that I want to tell you guys about. The next thing that she didn't find out about is like the transportation system there. You know, the area that she went in, there's not a lot of transportation there. So she was kind of stuck. They end up getting a vehicle and stuff like that. They bought a vehicle and stuff like that. And they end up becoming like a sort of transport for some of the neighboring villages. You know what I mean? So that was something like she didn't think about. Again, these are things that you need to know, because you see something on YouTube, oh, they have motorbikes, oh, they have this, or they have that. It's not necessary every single where. You may want to go, for example, Uganda, and you want to go living in Kampala. Okay, if you live in Kampala, everything is there. What about if you go to live in Uganda in a more like countryside area? They may not have those things that you want. So that's something that you didn't plan for. Oh, can I afford to buy a motorbike? Can I buy myself a van? Can I buy myself a car? Can I make one of those carts with the bike attached to it so I can carry stuff? Like, you need to think about all that kind of stuff. But like the scripture says, knowledge, right? Knowledge is power. My people die from lack of knowledge. So that is why we are here and we're not over there, and we're getting all the information and the knowledge that we need from here. And when we have exhaust everything that we can do from here, then we move to plan B, and then plan C, and eventually the next and next until we get to our destination. So the last point I want to make on this topic is also, people do not research on the situations on how to remain within the country. And again, I have a lot of friends who moved to Tanzania and they had many, many issues. There are also some friends moved to Kenya and they had issues also. My friends, if you're going to move to a foreign country, whichever foreign country that you're going to move to, there are rules and regulations and laws. There's visas, there's all kind of things that you need to know. Permits to work, business permits, and all those kind of things. Please find out the right information before you move there. If you're a person who are not, you know, who don't have a lot of money in the first place, if you go to places where information is not known, you didn't do research properly, you're going to be wasting a lot of money. Because if you go to a country and you could only stay for 90 days, every time you leave that country and you come back, you are wasting money, spending money to go out, spending money to come back in. It's not worth it. Go to a country that you know you're able to stay in for a certain period of time, so you can get yourself established, so you can have your finances in order, and you don't have to be spending money unnecessary. Or prepare yourself from where you are so that you can go there and you can start a business and you can put your house in order, like they say. Put your house in order so you wouldn't have a problem remaining in the country for the period of time that you want to go. So personally, my advice to you guys is, if you're in Canada, if you're in America, you need to make a book. Yes, a book. Like, get an exercise book, a huge book, and write all your goals for Africa. Write the things that you want to do. Make a list of all the things that you want to carry with you. Look online for information on things that you're going to need depending on what you want to do there. If you're just going to go there and build a house and live there and stuff like that, look for information about that. Find out how much materials cost. If you want to do a garden, find out how much things to make a proper garden or to live off the land is going to cost. Is it worth it to take the things with you from where you're coming from, or is it worth it to buy there? Like, all those things you need to find out, because you just want to live off the land and be free. If you're going to start a business, the same thing. You want to start a business? Okay, how much shipping is going to cost? Can I ship things internationally from whichever country I am in, whether it be Togo, Ghana, Uganda, wherever you want to go? Find all that information so you know. Do I have to bring products from where I'm right here to start my business, and then after I can get products from Dubai or wherever you're going to get it from? Find out that information before you leave the country where you are from, so you're going to be well prepared. A lot of people have moved to Africa and they have returned back to Canada. They have returned back to the US. My friend had to come back twice with his family to make money because he wasn't well prepared. You know, we told him that we said, wait until you're completely prepared to go there. We can go together. But he went all by himself, and it didn't work out the way he wanted to do. It didn't work out the way he had it in his mind. You know what I mean? He's back there now and he has finally figured stuff out. But if you figure stuff out from since you're here, you don't have to do that. Okay, so that is why I'm making this video, for you guys to tell you a lot of things. So I'm just gonna continue this video series. In this video, I hope you guys learn some things, and I'm just gonna continue talking about many different things that you should do as you continue your journey to moving to Africa or to any other country in the continent of Africa that you may wish to go. So guys, see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.